All right, friends, the time has come to make this one into two because we got to get some progress on this project. So we're going to try to split it, and we're going to do that right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm the Oliver Man. This is a little 175 Allis Chalmers that Dad bought this summer. And it's a cute little feller and a nice little tractor. However, it seems to be plagued with sadness at every turn. And namely, our turn today is we have to split it because the ring gear has self-destructed. And somebody in its previous life thought, hey, why not try to weld it to the flywheel? And they cobbled all that up, and it's very much sadness now. So I should have everything on hand to make this better. I ordered a different flywheel, as a matter of fact. And yeah, I also see something that bothers me. There is a lot of water in that water separator. Why is there so much water in that water separator? I can't overlook that right now. That breaks my brain. I'm gonna make that go away right now. I mean, what, friends? What? How did it get that much in there? And I don't know. I should have left that alone right now because now we're starting to get some fuel. I like to have everything covered with diesel fuel before I start splitting a tractor. That way, you know what I'm saying. Anywho's, that's better to look at now. We're gonna try to adapt these splitting stands that I made for the 200 because I think they'll work on here too. And wouldn't that be grand if life finally threw us one and we didn't have to reinvent the wheel? But I'm thinking that hole and that hole are the same spacing as the ones that I made this for. So the only thing that's going to get us is the height difference of the two tractors. And I'm hoping that even that will work out, because when I had these channel irons cut, they didn't have enough. They only had one piece, and I had them saw it in half, and I said I'll try to make it work. So it may work out that it works perfect on this tractor like I envisioned it, and the other tractor it will be a little less than ideal but still work. And that would be handy if something would work for two things without much modification. So without further ado, let's see if this will go. I tried to leave it intact as much as possible so I didn't have to do as much work, but I honestly don't know if this will work or not. But we're sure gonna try. So step one, fail. No. We're gonna put this through here. We're gonna see it. Oh, this might actually work. I know my luck. It'll be off by a few inches, and it is. Why am I not surprised, you know? But I anticipated this problem, you see, and I think I can fix it with only the drilling of a couple holes. And I will explain that here momentarily. Let me get, that won't even hang in there enough just to hold it up in the air, will it? Nope. Okay, so when I thought about this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the jack and move it up. and drill some more holes. I'm hoping I can get by with just drilling 2 holes by simply moving the bottom to the top 2 and then drilling 2 more. If that won't work, then I'll drill all 4 and put it wherever I want it. But I think I can make this go without a lot of extra hassle. So the first thing we'll do is totally unbolt the jack, and I'm sure it's not going to be... Come on. Come on. I hope this works very simply. Let's keep going. See, we're switching gears here because Dad wanted this tractor done first. And then I thought, hey, I might as well build the stand how I want it on the heaviest tractor, and then we can modify it to work on the little tractor. And I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to work perfect. But it wouldn't have worked if I'd had the longer channel iron like I wanted. I would have had to cut all new everything. Okay, that one's loose. We're getting there. Now it's going to fall and hit my foot any second. Alright, let's first bolt it to the tractor and make sure that that part's going to work for us. The frame rails are exactly the same as the bigger tractor, the same height, which is super handy for a lot of stuff. So that's going to save us a lot of issue. Like even my little clamp here I made for the back will work in the same spot, and I don't have to do something different. So let's bolt this down. And we gotta get in there. It is tighter to get in there. So I'm not saying this is any cakewalk, but a lot of the hard part is eliminated because it's the same. There's no more. No drilling through the thick steel, you know. Hopefully no weeping and gnashing of teeth. Those rubber lines need out of here. I kind of think that they're kind of crappy, so maybe we'll replace them anyway. I was hoping to do this all today and have it done, but that's not going to happen. Too much stuff going on, and I'm not going to be able to work on it. I didn't get started soon enough, and then now, you know, what's going to happen is it's going to get dark. Tomorrow I won't be able to do it because I got something else. So it's just one of those, friends. It's one of those that I should be able to do. I'm going to have to screw the jack down a little bit to get this to work, which is okay. Which is okay. Why is that not going through that hole? Come on. There. Let's put these on. I think I can drill, since I have the drill bit in the cordless drill, I think I can do it right here without taking the jack off again even. But we'll see here in a second. when I made it, I used the drill press as much as possible because it really worked better. Now maybe you can see what's happening. I might get by with only drilling a few holes today to modify. Whoop. Two-hand job. And I don't have two hands available, so gotta make do with a single hand job. What you're gonna want to do is run your drill bit right into those two rubber lines. Be great. Look at that beautiful thing that's gonna work. Put it in the top position for the small tractor, and put it in the big, or the other position for the lower position for the bigger tractor, and the upper position for the smaller tractor. That's what I'm trying to say, even though I can't get my words right. All right, it's gonna work, friends. It's gonna work. I'm so pumped for a change. Something might actually go my way. I did make one error, and that was I shouldn't have put my piece of plywood down so soon, because now it's covered with garbage. So I'm going to kick it out the front, in theory, clean it off, and we'll get the next one this far, and then we'll change her back. I think it's gonna go. We're a long ways from taking it in half anyway. We need to drain our we need to drain our hydraulic oil, and then we need to get several lines loose, a couple steering lines here, the suction line for the pump, the fuel line over here, to name a few. There is a line that's going nowhere. That probably should be dealt with. So we'll get that regulated. The wiring harness, the alternator, tack cables thing, just anything we see on this side needs to come loose. So, yeah. I got sidetracked there looking at some stuff, and I'm trying to decide what bolts have to come out to do this. It would look to me like perhaps that 12-point bolt there needs to come out, but then it looks like maybe the only other bolts are these two big ones, and then I'm sure there's one or so, there's a couple underneath, but I'm thinking that on the top maybe there would only be like 2 bolts, which would be super handy, because those other two, like in the back of the block, they would stay in because this plate is coming with. That's got to go forward because the clutch is in here, see? So there is that. We should probably try to get this out for him too, because I think it needs it for the loader, but he said one was broke off. But that's a later project. We want to first get it in half and get the main problem solved. But I think it's going to go, friends. I think we're going to make this work with just a slight modification. I think we're already going to have to switch to, I'm afraid for longevity, this jack is going to need, I'm going to have to find steel casters to put in here, because I don't think these are going to hold up over time. All right, we're so close. All right, on the other side we'll have to do the same thing. Then we will have to also drill 2 more holes this way, because I'm sure this tractor is narrower than that other one. So we will have to put the other piece on, see where it lands, and drill a couple holes from that way. But basically, I think we're going to get out of this with very little modification to the work I've already done. And then we can put it right back to do the other one. So sometimes a blind squirrel finds an acorn, you know? Let's see here. Will those stay for temporarily sake? We're getting it, friends. We're getting it. We just need to take our jack loose. This might actually, is it going to be the same width? That would be cool if it was. I can't believe that, but that would be cool if it was. Can we hang it on here again like we did on the other one and then take it loose? Or is it not going to do that for us? We could just get one bolt on here to help stabilize it for us while we do the jack repair. Oh, that's dumb. Don't do that yet. Get both boats out. Get both the boats out before you do that. Get both bolts out before you do that. That's what I was trying to say before I went all crazy there. Come on. All right. Oh, this is awesome. If this is, if it would even work out with the width, that's pretty cool. Oh, boys. Come on. I'm not even sure that a guy has to get that long bolt out of there, or that 12-point bolt out of there. There's not one on this side. Huh. I don't know. The starter bolt is in the hole where that would be. Maybe that just helps hold that adapter plate on. I think we're going to try it with just the big bolts, and then we're going to see if it pops loose. If it doesn't, then we'll take more loose till we figure it out. But like I said, we got a long ways to go before that, because we got to get blocks cut for the front axle so it doesn't pivot on us. Wedges, what I'm saying. Yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, dog. Don't you want to play nice? Come on. You. Oh, it's because Ross is dumb. That's why. It's because he's so dumb. He forgot. There, see? I think it's going to even do that. I think it's going to work out where the side bolts are even. We'll know more in a minute here, but she sure looks the same to me. In which case I can saw off the excess. I left extra on because I thought that I'd have to have that or something, but I don't. I did screw up though just now, didn't I? On the other one, I went ahead and clamped it to the tractor first and then moved the jacks. So I didn't have to struggle bus it. But it's okay. We like a good struggle busing. Maybe they purposely made it where they were the same width because of some type of implement that they sold, and you needed it to be the same physical width for something or another. Well, no, I take that back. They're off by maybe 1 inch to 2 inches. I don't know. Actually, what I got going here is it's going to be kind of difficult to make that do that thing. So let's table the jack for a minute. You'll soon understand what I'm talking about, but I got to get these. Let's tighten the rail. Tighten the rail up tight to the tractor so that we know where it has to be. There's the clamp. If we do it right, we'll destroy something else along the way. Because why not? All right, now what I need to do to be kosher, let's take this off first. And then let's clamp our cross brace. Let's clamp it to the side of the tractor, right? Because I don't think I can hold it that long. Can I? Maybe I can. I don't know. But basically I got to drill from this side through, which is going to be more difficult if it's even possible. It's not possible. Dang. So what's Ross do? He could go. Could just make a couple sloppy holes. He could, well, shoot. If this was a really precision affair, I could make it super nice, but it's not. So, what do? Do I clamp it there and try my best to hit it? I'm trying to figure out what's a good way to clamp it here and try to scratch in there a circle. And then I got to take this brace off and then this is going to be the most difficult part of this whole affair. And the reason is because you can't get in. The hole's drilled square and the channel iron on this side is angled. So you're not going to be able to get in there anyway, except if I had my caliper, which might be in the other, on this tractor behind me. I guess up there I could measure over and just drill a couple holes and hope I got it. And then waller them out if it's not exact. Or I could drill two completely different holes and not worry about it. The downside of that is you'd have to drill 2 holes. What do I want to do? Well, I just don't know how I'm going to get that marked good enough that I can get what I want. Let me hunt up something, see if I can't make a mark in there. We'll see how it turns out, then we'll unbolt this piece and drill a couple holes. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll come up with something else. Might as well bring you back. I might have actually accomplished this task. It might be off. That one might be off a little. Let me go bolt the original side back down. And then we'll try this, but I think this is going to work. I think it's going to go. How are we doing, friends? Well, we got that one. Let's draw this one up just to see what's going to happen. I have a feeling I'm off just ever so slightly, but I don't know. It's so close. It looks like it would go. See, let's do this job right here. Take this. Come on. Awesome. You don't see that much. Now, can we get this other one loose and get it out of there? We could if we tighten it up. So, see, it's not even tight. Why is that? Why is it acting so goofy? It's not even tight. That should go through there. Huh. That hole is in line. It's just a matter of, I guess the hole I drilled in this earlier is too precise. It's not. It's exactly the size of this. Screw in there. That is so bizarre that don't want to go. Let's take it out and ream it if we can. Come on. We're going to go one at a time, a half a turn. We're going to struggle bus, struggle bus. Let's ream this one out. I mean, it's right there. It's not. Come on. You. That'll do. Precision. Precision. All right. Now, 2 more holes and it will be officially mounted up. We gotta go slightly down. Slightly down. Okay, we're getting there, friends. It may not look like it, but we are. Progress is being made. We just have to decide how much failure do we really want. We got to have some. We can't just have none. That won't work. All right. Let's put that up there. Let's get this right here. That'll go there. That's tight. Hand tight, I should say. I'll get this hole drilled. Oh my goodness, I think we got her. Just got to tighten these 4 bolts. All right. I think our stand for the front half is officially mounted up there, and that is going to be awesome. So now, what I got for the back here is kind of rickety, but I know it holds weight because I've used it for a lot of stuff, and I got to find out, where did I just set that? I set it aside a while ago. But anyway, it's really the thing, it's a pipe rolling stand, and I think it will hold the back half of this little tractor up. I'll probably have to put a cribbing piece between here or there somewhere. I need to get these lines loose away from here. I envision sadness happening, you know, there's where they're split. So there's 1, 2, 3 that come loose there, and they have to ride along with they go with the back half of the tractor. So we just don't want the back half of the tractor to fall off whatever it's on and crush those lines, because that would suck. I mean, that would be kind of difficult to come up with them again. And they're not split anywhere else. They're continuous to the back. So they had it in mind with pulling the engine, you know, so that you just have the longest run without pulling the engine. But I think they should have split them about right here or so. So you could have, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Not really. But let's go. I guess let's put the plywood under for keeps, crank the jacks down to where they're on the plywood. And then let's get our rolling stand for the back, block that in there. Let's get our wedges hammered in the front end of the tractor. This one's made a little bit differently than normal, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. I'm not exactly sure that I got enough pieces of anything to use either. A guy could take a 4x6 like this and wedge under here. That actually works really well if I could find a second one. That might be like finding a unicorn, I don't know. Another 4x6 to do there. I could cut that one in half, but that would defeat the purpose of how nicely it fits. Let me hunt up some stuff and I'll bring you back. All right, I got some of the oil draining out of things and stuff. And so now what I'm gonna do is start stripping away the little things, you know? All the little things that could potentially cause us problems. That line, which I see we might need attention. Let's shut off the fuel whilst we're here. And we're gonna hope that the shut off really holds. Otherwise that's gonna suck, because I'm hoping I don't have to drain the fuel tank. I'm hoping the fuel tank stays with the back half of the tractor and there's really no, well, you know what I'm saying. I'm having trouble though with my adjustable hammer. It doesn't want to play nice. Let's try the red pliers. Yeah. You're right in the way, but the red pliers save the day. Red pliers. Red pliers. Let's get this tack cable out of the way. It's annoying me. It's right in my teeth. And the heater wire is also annoying me. Oh, but it's a screw. But I might have it fixed. Or come on. Oh, I hate stuff like this. That it's gonna fight for no reason. This wire is super long, and it doesn't need to be. So you know what I'm thinking about doing? Making her not that long anymore by hacking this off, and we'll reattach it later. Shorten it up, because it's wadded up over here. I mean, we got enough wire that we're in knots. So do we really need that? I mean, I don't think so, but what do I know? It's just one of those. We're never even going to use that thing, probably. I can't see where... Whatever. It's gone now. It can't hurt us anymore. We'll shorten it up and put a new end on it later. Let's go back to this affair. I was hoping that it would turn out by hand, but it doesn't. Coming? Come on, baby. Couple whacks to the head for you. This just ain't wanting to play nice. Oh man. I bet it ain't shut off all the way. Oh, that shut off. Okay. I wonder if I could take it loose at the tank too and just get it out of the way. That's what I'm thinking. And of course we're going to struggle with that too, because why not? We're so close. Well, I guess I got to get appropriate tools. Did I say appropriate tools? I meant a smaller adjustable. Alright. That will make this easier for us later, if we can get this out of here somehow. It just will, friend. We may not be able to get it out right now. We need to first get the wiring loose again. So this should be simple. It should be a matter of this, and this, and this, and then that one's gonna be stuff and things. So I probably should go get the little sockets, which are right behind me. I even brought a flashlight in case we need it. We probably won't, but you know, why not be prepared? Because we know that we're gonna get there eventually. All right, is that 7/16 up there? Or is it 3/8? It should be 7/16. On the back of the old Delco, which is the same as other Delcos, except for it's got the tack drive made to the back of it, which makes that not something you can get off the shelf. You have to go have it rebuilt. That's an Allis Chalmers thing. I don't know why they did it that way, but I'm sure they had a good reason. All right, let's feed this. This thing needs to get attention later. It's broken off, and so essentially all that would be doing is letting vacuum escape, or sucking open to atmosphere, I guess I should say. It's not really vacuum. Diesels don't really make vacuum. Okay, wiring's out of the way. Now we can get this fuel line out of the way. Then we're going to get Our next thing's going to be the steering lines out of the way. Should we remember which one goes where? Probably. Are we gonna? Nope. I guess we could go get some zip ties and zip tie a few. Put some on one and one on the... I guess they're one's longer than the other, but technically these hoses are sagging down, so it may well be that those don't go the right way. I should also get some of those caps and plugs and things I've got and try to keep this nice, but you know, what are you gonna do? Alright, well, as much as I like this, I think I'm gonna I might replace those because they look like crap and I don't want to have to hear the complaining later. I don't want to be working on this same tractor all year, you see. I just don't. I like it and all, but I want it to just run. Alright. Steering hoses. Ooh, they are very brittle. Very brittle. Alright. That about does it for this side, I think. As far as the... oh, no, it doesn't. There's a very important thing we got to do yet. I got to switch sockets for that. 1/4 inch. I need 5/16. We got to take that oil line tube off of there. I would say it's pretty well done draining. Let's put this plug back in. Maybe we want to... Yeah, do we want to tighten that plug so we don't forget? It's got to be out of the way so I can rig up my stand for the back. Are we going to get it? I don't know. All right. Good, tractor, good. Now we're going to take this loose. I have this hose new. I've had it for a while, and I was going to do it last time it was here and never got it done because I didn't feel like draining all the oil out. Now there's a good excuse. So that means now I have to find the hose back. I think I know where I put it. I set it aside so I wouldn't lose it, and guess what I did with it? Lost it. This hose is deceiving, but it's actually 2 different sizes. Like it's a specialty hose, reducing hose. Why? I don't know. Why couldn't they just make it the same size? You know? They made all these pieces, so why wouldn't they just make it the same size? So you didn't have to have a special hose to do such a thing. That's not going to do what I want to do. Maybe I'm just going to let this hang here. I thought it was split right there, but it's not. It's split up in front to the pump, which makes sense because this is the suction. So I think we're just going to hope for the best. I might loosen this clamp. Maybe. Sorta. Aorta. Yeah, see, that'll let me. Oh man, it's not even tight on the other end, really. That caused us some technical difficulty because it's draining that line now. So we'll let it run out a little bit into the bucket. But now up there I can see the elbow where it goes in the pump and it was spinning, so we're gonna have to tighten that up good when we finally make the finished thing. This, we got to get these loose. I got one loose on the other side. What I mean is we just got to get it loose so that it's ready to go. Uh-oh. That's tight. That's what I figured. It's gonna take a big struggle bus to get there. But I wonder what that 12-point bolt does. I wonder if that really has to come loose. Does it go all the way through to there? Or does it just thread into something behind here? I don't know what it would thread into. But I just have a suspicion that that goes all the way through. Maybe I should look up the parts film and try to see if I can tell where that goes, or if that's a through hole all the way. But there would have to be some hole up top here, I would think, to help. I don't think you'd want all your stress down low, or the sagging of, I don't know. But that's gonna be a struggle, because that is probably a 3/8 bolt with a 3/8 head. And we gotta get back in there. So I'll have to find a 12-point 9/16 socket and other adventures. And we're gonna need a super long pipe, cheater pipe, to get the frame bolts broken loose. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Is that really a 3/8 head? 3/8 or 9/16. Well, a guy would let you know if he could get his fat hand in there. It might be a 13, might be a 1/2 inch. Of course, this is a Perkins, so it really would probably be a 13 millimeter. Sure, come on, mama. It's real life. Come on. Are we gonna have to? What are we gonna have to do to make it go? We're gonna have to get a long extension so we can get out there. However, since it is a 1/2, maybe I have a wobble socket that's that size. I don't know. Well, this is a good way to break tools, because a 3/8 probably ain't the thing to do. If I can get that on there better. And if I can get a good pull on it. Of course, you're right in the danger zone. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, that ain't gonna play nice at all. I want to be kind of lower, so I'm using the block as a... Man, there's a lot of flex in that, and I ain't getting it. There. Oh, I hope that didn't twist off. It seemed to get awfully easy all at once. I don't think it did. I think it's appropriate, but it's just the getting in it. Wonder what that is. Maybe it doesn't go all the way through, but I just get this feeling that it does. You may not even be able to get it pulled out of there. Come on. Oh yeah, that definitely was that definitely was holding that in there, so that's good. We're gonna have to be mindful of other things, but like I said, I don't think there is, because how would you do that with the way this is constructed? You can't take this piece off the engine without taking the flywheel off. So you have to split it here. So the only thing they did, I think, is put one there. The other side's got the starter, so they couldn't. And then they just assumed you'd use your big bolts and go. So, yeah, well, you're at about 8% battery, and I'm at about 8% patience. So I think I'm gonna call this one here, because this is enough footage. We got our stands mocked up. We got Some of our oil drained out that we need out. It's just a matter of all the little details now. We got to take the hood off finally, which will probably mean, I don't know if I can get it over the muffler by myself. I hope so. If not, I guess I'll take the muffler loose. That might be a pain in the canoodsin. It'd be nice to leave the muffler on though, so it stayed covered. But I think we're getting very close to seeing her come in 2 pieces, is what I'm saying. So, at any rate, we're going to leave this one here. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.